Hi, morning everybody. It's Jason here from Chipmunkapublishing, and I'm here telling you what's going on this week. And you may or may not know, I'm just really enjoying doing these videos and just really sharing what's in my head, what our strategies are, what we're implementing. And this is all, remember, this is all to give a voice to people with mental illness around the world and publish people. I'm very excited because as of yesterday, if you go to the domain Chipmunkapublishing, that's CHIPMUNKA publishing.co.uk, on our homepage, we have an audio of Stephen Fry talking about the company, and it's so kind of him to do, really, because I would say he's the busiest person that I know. He's just so committed to helping people, and I really appreciate his help and everything he's done for us, and reaching out to as many people as we can, because that's what it's all about, is giving a voice to people with mental illness around the world, so they know that they're not on their own, and they know that instead of having to describe yourself as, when someone says if you're 25 years of age or however old, oh, what do you do for a living, and you say I had a breakdown, you can say, oh, I'm an author. You've got something to say, you've written something, and it's an outlet for things like that, and it doesn't just build self-esteem. It does a lot more than that. Because by building self-esteem, it can make you feel more socially included. It can really get you in touch with a social network of people you wouldn't be otherwise. It can help you be more likely to feel like you can get a job, or to connect with your family or friends, or make new friends. There's so many different levels of it. It can open opportunities, open doors for you. The first time that you see your book is a kind of release of, well, you can draw a line in the sand of what's happened in your past. That was definitely for like a can of madness, and for so many people that we've published as well. And as of today, we have nearly 900 ebooks and probably about 600-700 paperbacks. So if you include everybody, that's about 600 people. So, and my aim is to make that more and more year on year. At the moment, we're projecting at 100 ebooks and 75 paperbacks each year for the next 3 or 4 years. Probably end up being a bit more than that, but that's a kind of conservative estimate, and that's pretty good, just with a team of 3, really. There's me, Andrew I set up the company with, and then my support person, Will, who's doing great, actually. So, and he's still quite new in the role, and it's a challenging role, so it's just great. I'd be really interested in any comments that you have about what you'd like to see in these videos, and just please put a comment there. If you're an author, I'm not sure you're allowed to put links on YouTube, but just put your name, the name of your book, and if you're not sure, just read the terms, the guidelines on YouTube, and just feel like this is a way you can just say what you'd like in the videos, and I will listen to what people say. If we get a lot of people saying they would like more information on this or that, then that's great. So today I have a meeting with the head of commercial services at Mind, so that's really exciting. It's really about positioning as mental health consultancy. One thing I'm very passionate about is looking to improve mental health in the workplace, and of course there's certainly in the city, in London, and in very high pressure jobs, then often people's health is very poor because they, if you think about it, they were. I mean, we had a lot of help from KPMG, like when in the beginning, a lot of pro bono support, and that's a kind of example where you have people working at least 50, 60, maybe even 70 hours a week, not just when they start there, if they got on a graduate scheme, but throughout their career there. So they get pushed really hard, and then that kind of then it becomes hard to have a balanced life because you're doing so much work. So if you're a mum, it might be that you might not have children later, or you don't have time to develop a relationship. It might prevent you from being a mum. If you're a dad, you might not see your kids as much as you would like, which can cause stress at home or in relationships. If you're working too many hours, you might not have time to go down the gym. You might end up eating unhealthily out of stress. You might end up binge drinking as a result of just winding down, using drink as a kind of short-term tool. And there's, we're all aware of these kind of things that stress-related things that make us. We take what is a short-term solution that eventually makes us more stressed. Myself, I think when I get stressed out about something, I tend to overeat sometimes. So I'm managing to cut that out really well by, I have a real obsession with going to the gym at the moment, which is really good. I have different kinds of things that I get into, as part of my condition or my personality, as it were. So what I've learned from my own experiences of being diagnosed with bipolar at the age of 17 is that you really have to take responsibility for your own life. No one else is going to do that for you. And I think that's really important for all of our recoveries. It's not as though we can just sit on a fence and wait for something to happen. Because while you're doing that, you're actually missing out on your life as well. Someone just sort of driving in front of me there. But carry on. And so just think about, if you've already thought about writing and you're not sure what to write, then why don't you just have a look at our website and go to Chipmunka, Chipmunka publishing.co.uk, click on the paperbacks ebook page and just have a look at the different kinds of people we publish. They all have like a 100-word mental health biography, so it explains their condition, what they've experienced, how they view their condition, whether they're managing it, they've overcome it, they've conquered it, or they still really have a lot of problems with it, and writing is kind of really cathartic, or whether they don't believe that the condition exists and they don't accept the diagnosis or whatever. So just have a look at all the different kinds of people, and you think, well, yeah, I've always fancied writing. Or you might know a friend, or you might be listening to this as a customer, someone who's read one of our books, or maybe even someone who's appeared in one of our anthologies. Say it's a poetry anthology, and you've had one poem published and you thought, yes, I like the feeling of that, and when I saw the book it made me feel good, and I think I could write a book. Have a look, because we publish memoirs, a lot of memoirs. We do fiction. We do collected work, so what that might be is like short stories. We even do like children's stories, and we do a lot of poetry. We even publish screenplays, film scripts. So we'll publish any kind of literature that can be put into a book, as long as the author has experienced mental illness, always has been a carer of someone with mental illness. Also, we accept the odd one from a professional that has a really good understanding of the service user voice, and really they need to have to admit that of having some kind of condition or anxiety or depression or OCD or whatever themselves. And if they want to use a pseudonym, that's fine. You find a lot of them do, because they don't want it to affect their career or health in the workplace, that's absolutely fine. So, because there's a lot of stigma, I imagine, within mental health workplace as well. You know, imagine within psychiatry and psychologists and things like that. Something that Kay Redfield Jameson did so well, really, coming out with An Unquiet Mind. And yeah, I've got a lot of respect for that, really. It takes a lot of bravery. So it's really, I'm excited. I'm going into the office today in Canary Wharf, so I'm excited about that. And we will be releasing some more books today. We'll be keeping you updated on that through Facebook, through Twitter, through LinkedIn, and this YouTube video as well. And it's great to see the different topics that we cover all the time. So I'm also working on a business plan quite heavily at the moment, a 3-year business plan. And I kind of have, I've got this 7-page business plan model, which I have from a marketing company, which is really cool. It gets me really focused. And then on top of that, I'm running a 3-year plan of activity and a list of KPIs as well for the company. So that's something the Arts Council actually have asked us to do as part of our, because we've got a funding agreement from April 2012 to March 2015. So really pleased for that funding to continue. And it is really helpful. It helps my confidence more than anything. And I'll be doing this for the rest of my life. And I've got 2 kids who are under 4, and I would like, even when I'm too old to do it, I would like them to be involved with it as well. Of course, that's a choice that they will make, but I don't see why they can't be involved in it, even if it's not on a full-time basis. They can oversee it, because I think it's important that in 200 years' time, the service user voice, the mental health literary genre, is represented in the world of literature. I think that's really important. And as great as communication that we have these days is just incredible, you know, with Facebook and everyone connecting and everything. And that's wonderful. And all the more advanced search gets, the more mental health can come to the fore, you know, even through Kindle and all this and things like that. But I think it's really important to have a kind of mental health literary community published in a great kind of traditional and modern way, if you like. One publishing company that's always inspired me is Penguin. I mean, they've been around over 100 years, and I like the books that they publish, the Penguin Classics series, the way that you've always been able to get a Penguin paperback really cheaply, haven't you, like £1 or £2. And it's some of the greatest books that have ever been written. So this is one thing why on our website we have 50 free ebooks available, and you can see it on when you go to the homepage, you can see it on all the other pages, apart from the pages inside the shop, and you just go to the specials page when you're in the shop. And, you know, take them one at a time or take all 50, you know. And, I mean, really a big thank you to the authors there, because those authors who've said yes to that have really, really, really understood the ethos of what we are doing and aiming to do more and more every year, every week at Chipmunka, which is breaking down the stigma on mental health, letting people realise that they're not on their own, letting people realise that they can be a success, live more fulfilling lives, and that writing is a way to do that. But not only that, that having a mental health voice can really be achieved And when you read a book, if you're a sufferer in silence, as it were, or a sufferer with no connections and socially excluded, and you read a free book written by somebody else who has the same condition that you have, and if they've articulated it in the same way, which they will have, right, because it's the same thing, so there must be a rapport there, a kind of empathy, then you're not going to feel alone, and you're going to feel a sense of like you have a friend that you've never met before. And that's really the great power of literature. That's the way it can move us. And then you realise that, well, then you see, well, hang on, that person got published by, there's someone specific out there who only goes around publishing people with mental illness. And that's exactly what we do. And I think that's I'm very proud of that. I think that is a noble thing, an honourable thing. And it's part of me. That is part of my recovery all the time. And it always will be, knowing that there's people who will always want that. And it has different importance at different times in people's lives, okay? So it might be, for some people, it might be the most important thing in the world at that moment in time. For other people, it might be a nice thing to give back. And for other people, it might be really important at one moment, and then not so important the next, but then it comes back to be important again. So, but the important thing is there, and it always will be there, and I'm always going to aim to provide a free option, a free service for people, because I believe that it's possible. And of course I want people to promote themselves and to be the best ambassadors possible, so they can reach as many people. But there's always been an outlet for people who write and who are, to be perfectly honest, unwell and not able to promote themselves. There's always been an option for these guys to have a voice as well. But what I want is for people to, maybe people might find us in that state, or come to us through another charity, and then that charity helps them build their self-esteem, knowing, and they know as well that by being published by us, they know that's going to help as well. So it's kind of a duality process, helping both at the same time. And then by writing and by publishing, by writing, it helps your confidence, and by being published, it really helps your confidence. Seeing your book in print gets confidence. When you do an interview with the media, it you're breaking down the stigma. You're contributing as a person, making a difference, breaking down the stigma. Your self-esteem increases by giving a book launch. You become a public speaker because you start talking, then you get invited to give talks, then you position yourself as a consultant, so you can get paid more to give works, you can write freelance articles, you can interview in magazines. It's quite exciting. A lot of people get excited about talking on the radio, talking on telly, and it's a bit of a buzz, and then your friends and family see you differently, and people start getting back in touch with you who you didn't know before, and they're saying well done. And it's kind of for me, it was like people I thought might have thought of me as a loser were kind of getting back in touch with me. And it's nice, because I knew myself that I was never going to stay like that. It was just a part of an experience that I was embracing, if you like. And it's nice to get that recognition and things. So there's and then it gives a lot of people confidence to set up their own social enterprises, their own charities, and go back to work, have their first ever full-time jobs, or work in mental health. And it's just fantastic, and it's a catalyst for so many great things. And then more recently I've been thinking, well, hang on, okay, it's great that you can write, but wouldn't it be great that some of the books are quite sad, very sad. And wouldn't it be great if you could write something happier? And that's why I've been doing these seminars on mental health empowerment and writing. And I did one on November the 16th, and it's in the seminar page in the shop. So you go to Chipmunka shop, and then seminar page, and then we've got a one-day seminar there. The next one is the 17th of February, so it's like 7 or 8 days away, and it's only £69 at the moment. And I had that seminar basically filled up in November, and it was £129, and it's for the day. But what it's about really is it's like giving you positive creative writing prompts to write happy things, so that, you know, writing a book is a very emotional experience, but if you can write a happier book, and at the same time, during the day, we do personal development exercises, so I really get people in a peak state so they write even happier things, and they come away with a kind of physical happiness and psychological happiness outside of the writing as well, even though they're intertwined as well. So it gives you life skills to be a happier person as well, and that's thrown in. And if you book that seminar before the 17th of February, you can come on the one on the 21st of March for free, which is the one-day one on how to be a successful author. That's whether you're an author or not. I've only emailed that to existing authors, really, although I've done it to some customers as well. So, and we have a 3-day seminar in July as well, 11, 12 and 13. That's £199 at the moment. And it won't stay at that price, but there I'm offering a free home study course as well on Unlimited Confidence Smashes the Fear of Mental Illness, and that's taken 11 years developing, of how how anyone can overcome their, can improve their confidence, and as a result can manage their condition better, even conquer it if you keep really going for it. And so that's really exciting, in 3 days you can go through a lot as well. Just make sure whatever you're doing, take loads of notes to any seminar you go to. If you come to mine or anyone else's, take lots of notes, and then read through the notes as well, because you'll memorize them better. So also we have the free booklet on the website, 16 Ways to Conquer Your Bipolar, which I'm very proud about. We not only give you as a free PDF, but there are still some, like, you fill out a PDF form and then you get asked if you put a bit more information down, then we'll even send you the free booklet, 32 pages I think it is, in the post. And that is a great snapshot of how it's not just to conquer your bipolar, it works on any condition. The strategies are useful, and that's you can see that on the free booklet page on the website. And if you sign to that one at the moment, then just do it before the books are out, because it might be that it's just a PDF at some point. In fact, it will be, because we're shipping them all over the world. So yeah, it's just been great talking to you, and thank you very, very much for listening. Please leave some comments if you have. Please go to the website. Please check out Stephen Fry link, and have a great day. And really do look after your mental health. And why don't you just spend wouldn't you make a commitment just to spend one minute today asking someone questions that you know, and trying to help them in 1 minute? That's a pretty cool thing to commit to, I think. I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do it in the next 30 minutes. Okay, take care.